So I decided to pre-order the Apple Vision Pro, and I'm going to take you along with me to pick it up at the Apple Store in Belfast. So I've just arrived in Belfast and I'm about to head into Apple Victoria Square to pick up my Vision Pro. I have a 1 o'clock appointment, and the reason why I decided to come and pick it up rather than get it delivered is that I just wanted to double check the sizing of the light seal just to make sure it's perfect before I go home. So yeah, let's go pick up my Apple Vision Pro. Okay, so I'm back home here now and I'm going to unbox it. If you've already seen a lot of the videos from when it was released in America, you've probably seen what's inside the box already. I just wanted to give a look at what's in the UK version of the Vision Pro. So we have the box here, and the box is actually massive when you compare it to like my head here. It's a really big box. Trying to get it to focus, but yeah, I'm going to unbox it here so you can see a little live unboxing. It's quite cool. So when I went into the Apple Store in Belfast, I let them know that I had a pickup, and rather than getting it set up straight away, I just wanted to get the test fit for the band as well, just to make sure that the light seal and everything was perfect. So I sat down, got the light seal, tried it on, perfect, and then left the store again. So yeah, it took about maybe 30 minutes or so. So it was pretty cool. Basically, once they confirm your light seal fitting, they actually then finish the boxing process and seal it up. So it's not already sealed when you get to the Apple Store. They're kind of waiting for you to finalize your fittings and make sure that you're happy with it, and then they seal it up. So we have these little pull tags on the side here. So yeah, let's get it open and see. I was actually blown away with the size of the box. So yeah, very impressed by that. It's just got pull tabs. This is the 256 gigabyte version, and I'm going to be totally honest with you. I bought this on PayPal credit, so my view is to try it out and review it and see what I think, but I kind of already made my mind up that I am going to return it within the 14 days, because £3,499 is an insane amount of money for a headset. So the plan is just to get this to review it and then leave it back. So just that little disclaimer straight away that I do intend on returning this, but I wanted to try it out and review it for the channel. So yeah, it is expensive. Like £3,499 is a lot of money. I've just taken the top bit off, and the Vision Pro is sitting there. So here we have it here. It's actually stunning, like really, really beautiful. It comes with these this little kind of protective case over the eyes. The way the lady in the store, Donna, shout out to Donna in Belfast Apple, thank you so much for helping me out with the fit. The way she just said for the best way to grab it is by putting your thumb under here, so under, and then your four fingers across the top, because it is magnetic and it pulls off quite easily. So I'm going to pop off the little cover here. So again, they told me just to grab these little tabs here and kind of pull towards you, and it should pop out. Oh wow, that's absolutely stunning. So another little bit of a backstory, I tried this out in America and I was actually blown away by it. So I thought, you know what, I think it would make a great video for the channel. So I decided to try it out essentially from Apple and see what I think. What might potentially happen is that after the 2 weeks, I might be like, actually, I really want to keep this. But unless somebody hands me £3,500 in the next 2 weeks, it's probably not going to happen, because it is a lot of money. I just had the PayPal credit balance there sitting, so I thought, you know what, let's try it out, see what we think, and get a video for the channel. So yeah, here it is, the it'll focus for us. Here's the front of the Vision Pro. I'm sure that you've maybe watched a lot of these videos already, so you know what everything is inside the box. Just wanted to show what the UK version is like, because obviously you see the American version, and things will be different, like the plug and what comes with it. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. Like, it's actually incredible. Like, it's really, really beautifully engineered and stunning. Not that heavy, as you'll see there. Donna's tip, I didn't take it. So you should really hold it from the bottom and put your 4 fingers on the top, because this light seal is magnetic and just pops off. Like, that is absolutely beautiful the way that is. Pop this back on again. So this is the headset itself. This is the Solo Knit Band, I believe it's called. Again, beautifully engineered again. I'll probably try this one. It's got like these little orange kind of pull tabs on it to take it out from the headset itself. Some more stickers in here. Let's take these off. Like, it's proper easy to fit in again, so just pull the tab back and it should, yeah, perfectly go in. So this is the headset itself. You've obviously seen it before. I'm going to try it on for the first time. Obviously not going to be able to see anything. Tighten it up. Oh yeah, that's a lovely fit. I obviously can't see anything right now, so I don't even know if this is focus or not. But yeah, it's nice, the Solo Knit Band. What I would say is that after my trial of it in America, I had to come back with a very kind of sore back of my head, and after I took it off, my eyes were kind of like trying to adjust. So I'm going to be interested to see what that is like. So that is the top part. You know what, I'm going to pop this little cover back on again and just keep it in pristine nick. So here's the headset. Let's set it over to the side. We are going to take off this part. The actual box itself, like the inside, is beautiful as well. Apple can sort of do no wrong in these things. It's pretty stunning, their packaging. So inside here, I believe this is your polishing cloth. So yeah, you get a nice little polishing cloth with it for the glass on the front, which is definitely needed. I'll show you that. I did actually recently buy the Apple polishing cloth, and this definitely feels, well, it's not as rigid or something. It's a lot softer, and then it has a little Vision Pro bit of text here. I don't know if you're gonna see that or not. So yeah, it's quite a nice little cleaning cloth. Set that to the side. Okay, so I believe this is a light seal cushion. I think some people are saying that this is like an extra light seal, but I believe it's a thicker version than this one here. Need to confirm that and see. Let me see if I take this out. So I think a lot of people are like, oh, here's a spare one, but it's actually a thicker version of the size that you have in here. But I do recommend getting the fit test if you do order one. Go in the store and get the fit test. Yeah, let's pull this out and see here. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to show up on camera, but it's definitely a little bit thicker, this one, from that's in the box. I'm guessing that is if, yeah, so one is size W. I don't know if this is going to show up or not. So size W, and then this one is like W plus. Oh, sorry. Don't know if it's going to focus. One is W plus. Yeah, I think it's trying to bring up. So yeah, W plus is just a little bit of a thicker fit. So yeah, it says use the plus light seal cushion if prompted by the system, or if you need more room for a better fit. So yeah, it's a nice little thing to have in. I'll definitely try them both out and see. The way it snaps back in automatically is beautiful. So in here, I believe we have a little booklet. Very rare that you get booklets these days. So basically showing off everything that's in the box. The Vision Pro, the Solo Knit, polishing cloth, the battery, USB-C, the Light Seal Cushion Plus, a USB-C power adapter, and the dual loop band. Yeah, and it just goes through some more little products. Some more information, sorry, it's in the box. Just gonna set this aside. So in here then we have the dual loop band. Now, I don't know if this is just me or if anybody else thought this, but for some reason I thought with the dual loop band you could attach it to the Solo Knit band. So essentially this was across the top only, and then you could still have the Solo Knit at the back, but this is just a completely separate band altogether. So if you use this, you don't use the Solo Knit, whereas I was under the impression that this was for if you find it top heavy, you could just add this on to the Solo Knit, but no, that's incorrect. I know there's like third parties out there that are doing that at the minute. When I done my fit check, it was actually with the dual loop. So yeah, just I don't know if anybody else thought that, but I was under the impression that it was like an add-on to that one. We have the battery here, as everyone has seen. One thing I do want to try is that if you plug an iPhone into the charging point here, once this is fully charged, will it charge an iPhone? So I'll have to try that. I don't think it will, but yeah, something I want to try. So this is the battery for the headset. That's pretty heavy, so you're going to want to be careful that you don't drop that, because I can imagine that could damage very easily. So that's your battery, and we have then the power brick. Obviously Apple are starting to get rid of power bricks in the iPhones and iPads. If you live over here in the UK and Europe, I think in America they're still doing them with the iPads, maybe not the iPhones. So yeah, we have a 30-watt USB-C charger. For some reason I read that this was a dual one that comes with it, but maybe that's only in America. And then we have obviously another braided cable for charging the battery. So yeah, that's it unboxed. I'm absolutely buzzing to try this out. I'm going to set it up here, and I'll not bore you with the setup part. If you're interested in seeing what it's like to set up, I'll leave the Apple video down below so you can watch that if you want to see what it is like setting up. So I'm going to set it up and use it for a few days, and then come back and then give my impressions. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I am currently recording on my Vision Pros, so to be able to show you what I see. And one of the first things one of the main reasons I got it was to try out and see what it would be like for viewing content and consuming content in terms of videos, movies, TV shows. So I'm going to show you that now, and the experience is unbelievable. It's actually incredible, but it has some drawbacks. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to stick it into immersive mode, because this is the best way to view Vision Pro, I believe. So I can actually still see the camera kind of showing through here. When I come a wee bit closer, it nearly came up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap on the digital crown and bring up the app. So basically on Vision Pro there's no official YouTube app, so I had to go and buy the Juno app. It was $2.99. Viewing Vision Pro through Safari just isn't a very fun experience, so I decided to pay for the app just so that it would be a better experience for me. Let's just scroll down and see what we can watch here. So if I go subscriptions, let's go and watch. Let's watch the Tesla Model 3 performance review and drive from Nevo EV Review Ireland. So just a matter of clicking on it.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at the Tesla Model 3 performance.
And you will see here.
Give me the price, give me the stats at the start of the video. 0 to 100.
I'm going to mute the video just in case the audio does come through here. So here we have the video, and the Juno app is class. Like, it's so nice to be able to kind of just sit back and watch it. My only issue is after a while it becomes really uncomfortable on your face, on the back of your head, especially if you're using the solo knit or solo loop band. It can be very stressful on this part of the back of your head, and after a while up top as well if you're using the dual loop. So when I first started out, I wanted to really use, I'm trying to feel for it here on my sofa, I really wanted to use the solo loop, but after a while it was just so sore here that I just ended up swapping over to the dual loop quite quickly. And this is where I think Vision Pro lets itself down, is the comfort of it when wearing it. After, like, it's only got a 2-hour battery life when you have the battery fully charged, but I watched an episode of The Boys on Amazon Prime, and during the show I was getting a little bit uncomfortable. I was lying down and had it on the roof, say. I'll just show you what that looks like when you are kind of, so I was sort of lying back. I was down flatter here, but just for this video I'm like this, and I was watching it, but after a while I found myself kind of shifting it and moving this because of the strain on the back of my head and the top of my head. So this is probably one of the main reasons why I probably wouldn't buy the Vision Pro right now, or I would buy a third-party accessory that kind of manages the load of it a little bit more. It's just really uncomfortable after a while, and after I do this video and from wearing it for a while, I'll show you, it leaves a real big red mark on your face, kind of as if you've been wearing sunglasses and you've got really badly sunburnt, and it just leaves that kind of big mark around your forehead and on your cheeks. Could that be down to a poor fit of the light seal? Maybe, but I know from the back of this, right now I'm fine and it's 100%, but yeah, after a while it does get really, really sore. What I'm going to do here now is, so the YouTube app from Juno, if you do have a Vision Pro, definitely worth the money until YouTube release an official app. You can kind of just scroll through the video with your fingers by just pinching and going left or right. You can obviously select your quality that you want to watch it in. just a matter of looking up and going back then for when you want to go back to the main page. Yeah, I'm going to be really lame and watch one of my own videos. If it'll load this time, potentially might not, because it's saying that it's at 26:53, but it could be just because it's a very long video that it's taken a while to load in 4K. But yeah, you can basically move the screen to wherever you want. Sometimes it's actually really nice up this close, as weird as that sounds, but just seeing that quality, the quality of the display in Vision Pro is incredible. And I think once they start Vision OS 2, it's going to get even better, because you can like curve the screen and you can have two side by side. So yeah, it's going to be great fun. For some reason it doesn't like me watching my own videos. Oh, there we go. So yeah, this is the recent video on the 11-inch versus 13-inch iPad Pro size. Yeah, down here you can select obviously the quality if you want to share it with somebody. This is to do with your playback speed, and then you can go obviously pause, play, rewind 15, go ahead 15. It's just incredible the fact that I'm just looking at that with my eyes and then just going pinch and it plays. Like, it's the eye tracking on it is incredible. It's not always 100%. There's sometimes it's a hit or miss sometimes, but 90% of the time, 95% of the time, it works. So viewing content in Vision Pro is incredible. The only thing is, just after a while, it's very sore on your head and the back of your head and the top, obviously. If you're wearing the dual loop or the solo loop. I'm going to go into Apple TV here, and on Apple TV, this is the YouTube app, sorry. If I go to Apple TV, they have some immersive experiences. One that I really recommend doing, especially if you're into football, is the MLS Cup highlights. I'm going to try and play it here. It may not record, it may just go black screen. So it asked me to be aware of surroundings. And now it's showing us the MLS Cup highlights. I actually don't think so it's not actually going to show it because of copyright. But when you experience that, the MLS Cup highlights in Vision Pro, you're going to want to watch all of your sports like that. It is absolutely amazing. I'm a big Man United fan, so yeah, being able to do that is really cool. I'm going to go back into the Apple Store here, and I'm going to show you I'm going to go to June 2 here, scroll down and watch the trailer if it'll let me. So I'm going to move this back.
This world is beyond cruelty. You've been fighting.
I'm going to mute it here as well. But basically in the top left corner here, you can go into cinema mode. And viewing this in cinema mode is incredible. I'm gonna just, let me see here if for some reason, I think it's because I'm in one of the environments here. I go to cinema. Here we go. So viewing in cinema mode is amazing. You can pick your floor height. If you want balcony height, it moves it up or down. If you want to be middle, front row, yeah, it's absolutely insane. Like, I'm watching this here now and I'm like, I feel like I'm at the cinema. Like, it's absolutely amazing. I hope that this will show. It may potentially not show it because of copyright. But yeah, if you just look around, it's as if you're in a cinema. Yeah, it just looks so nice. So that's my number one reason why I purchased Vision Pro, is I wanted to see what it was like for consuming content, and it does not disappoint. You may potentially hear if the screen recording picks up audio or my mic picks it up, but when you're in the immersion, let me just X out of this, and if I press on this again, when you're in the immersion mode, you've got like this wind coming past you when you're here in this environment, and it's absolutely unbelievable. And then if you want to change your environment, there's two ways of doing it. You just look up and press on here, check the environment. You can change it to light, dark, or automatic to do with the time of day. If you do want to change the environments altogether, press on the digital crown, go down to environments in the left corner, and then go to whatever one you like. My favorite, I think, is Yosemite. Yosemite at night is beautiful, and then during the day is stunning as well. At nighttime you can see like the snow glisten, and it's just unbelievable to be able to see this. Like, it's just magical. So for viewing content, apart from the comfort factor, if I was just doing it on the viewing itself, it's 10 out of 10. Comfort wise, it's not great at all. After a while, you are going to get those aches and pains. So you're potentially either going to want to get a third party strap, which supports here, to help with that, or you're maybe not going to enjoy it at all. I am going to take this off just to see if it's left a red mark already, from the pressure and the clamping kind of feeling on your face. In fairness, this is actually the most comfortable it's felt on me for a while. So maybe I've just got it down perfectly now. But yeah, for comfort wise, after a while, this is the thing that really lets it down. And when you take it off, as you'll see there, around my face is really red, and here obviously where my eyes were, it's not as red. But yeah, you will, when you come out of Vision Pro, your eyes are kind of a bit like, what's going on here? But yeah, so that's my number one reason, and kind of the good and bad about the viewing experience. Okay, so one of the other ways that I wanted to try Vision Pro was with the Mac Virtual Display. I thought it'd be really cool to be able to have your MacBook Pro on a massive screen right in front of you, and I've kind of had mixed feelings about it. So the way you connect, there's a few ways you can connect to your Mac for Mac Virtual Display. Apple say you should just be able to look at the screen and a little connect should show up above. But last night I was having some issues with mine, and it worked fine the very first time on my MacBook Pro, but on my Mac Studio it was taking a little bit of time, so I had to do some workarounds. So if you look at your Mac and it doesn't show up, there's a few ways that you can do it. So you can either look up and go to Control Center, and then go to Mac Virtual Display, and then select your Mac from here, and it'll show up here nicely. The other way of doing it is by going on your Mac here, so up to Control Center, Screen Mirroring, and Apple Vision Pro, and you can do it that way. I am going to go into the immersion mode now, and we will give that a go. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm using the trackpad from the Mac and just going around through it. So if I open Google Chrome here, for example, this will show how it looks. So I am gonna go to Squarespace. So my day job is a website designer and videographer, and I do some drone stuff as well, but I edit websites in Squarespace. So I wanted to try Squarespace out here to see what this would look like. One thing I would say is that when you are with your mouse, you think like, oh, I could just go down to the X button here or do that and just drag the window. But when you look down there with the mouse, or when you go down there with the mouse, I'm just going to look straight so it doesn't pick it up. It doesn't really highlight those things, so you have to look down with your eyes to be able to move it. So you can kind of move it this close. You can kind of move it way over here to the side, further back. And if you look at the corner, you can make it a lot bigger. So you can then go in and see how, as you can see now, I'm actually going through it thinking I can use my fingers to scroll, but you actually have to use your keyboard on your Mac. When I do look down at the keyboard, nothing comes up, obviously, because I'm in the immersion mode, but I believe in Vision OS 2, when you look down at the keyboard, it's going to come up. So that's going to be a nice little feature. So let me go into something like Pages in here, web design. So this is my day job here. Let's just say go to drones, for example. There I am. Scroll down, and let's see what happens if I try and play a video, how it looks. I'm going to turn the sound off here and put the quality up to 4K, which it should be, but it's not showing through on here just yet. So this is a video I shot for a business, for an energy company that does energy farming using the drone. And if I click on here, so say I wanted to edit this, I'm just going to try it out to see how it would look in Vision Pro with this work frame. So Squarespace, if you want to add an image, let's add an image, select from library. Let's do one of my Northern Lights pictures. Yeah, it works. Yeah, it's nice. The thing I find which is good about it is that there's no distractions, so I'm literally working on this, whereas when I'm upstairs at my desk, I could be like, I'm hungry, I want to go for a snack, or what's come up on my phone or my Apple Watch. So this is quite a nice way to work. Other things that I do then, so the other things, when you can't see the keyboard, you kind of have to you kind of have to know where your keys are. Which, if you're a good typer, that'll be fine. Let me go here into Final Cut Pro. So let's go to CC some of the videos. Let's say Starlink one. Let's drag this up here. Let's stick it in full screen. Let's see. Let's say I want to use the blade tool. I'm not going to do anything just in case. I want to drag this up. That's fine. I think what I'm doing this now is that, yeah, I definitely prefer to see the keyboard and everything in front of me. It is starting to get a little bit strained on my neck as well, so I don't know, I think I prefer the old classic in front of a laptop or in front of a desktop editing. But seeing this here on here and working, I can see why it would work for a lot of people. Let's just do some web browsing here. Let's go to YouTube. Let's go to my channel. So yeah, scrolling around, I'll go in and look at the analytics, just if people are interested in this kind of stuff. So currently at 3,890 subscribers. What I am trying to get used to is that I'm using the keyboard and trackpad, which is on the Mac, and it's a little bit disorientating, whereas I kind of want to just go like this and move the screen that way. When you are finished using it, it's just a matter of looking down at the X and tapping your fingers together. I think for productivity work, for me, it's probably a no. Just because I am doing a lot of looking around. Like, obviously the screen is massive, so let me just look away at that a second. Obviously the screen is very big, so it's not always going to be like that. Like, that would probably be if I was upstairs on a Mac up there. If I click in, this is Spotify. Been listening to the new Zach Bryan album, which is amazing. If anybody who's into music wants to give it a go, give it a listen. So let me open TimePage. I think I haven't bought the Mac subscription for TimePage. By the way, TimePage is an amazing calendar app. I just love how it looks. Let me go to December time. Do you know what? It's cool and I can see why people would use it. But yeah, I think I prefer the old traditional way. I've been able to see everything on the screen, been able to see my keyboard. I know in Vision OS 2 they are going to be able to let you see the keyboard, which might make it a little bit better. But for me, I think, yeah, I prefer the old traditional way. I'm going to X out of this because I want to show you how Safari works here. So for the likes of scrolling here, excuse me, as you see, it's just a little bit more intuitive. But the only thing about YouTube on here is that it's really hard to use. See, when you want to do certain things, like if I want to rewind a video, you know what, I'm actually looking at this here and I'm thinking that they have potentially optimized this for, no, there's still a few little bugs. So like if I want to make the screen a bit bigger, as you can see there, I'm trying to look in the corner. There, it's working out, but it was picking up on those three little dots. But yeah, let's see now. Yeah, that playhead has definitely changed. It used to be down in the corner. So maybe they've done an update in the last few days to Safari to be able to see this better, which is cool. Actually, yeah, they definitely have, because it looks like the mobile app now is on here. Yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely different, unless when I make it bigger again, let me just see. YouTube. Yeah, this has definitely changed in the last few days anyway. Yeah, so when I was in Squarespace earlier, obviously it was Safari, going down through websites is a really nice experience. just using your fingers and scrolling. But as you seen earlier, when I was using my Mac, I was doing this, and I was like, why is this not? Why is it not moving, or why is it not doing anything? So like, if I try to accept the terms here, it can sometimes be a little bit finicky, but just on the first time there, of course it did. But if I want to view a mobile version of the website, it's just a matter of bringing it down, and it should hopefully just automatically go to the mobile version. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So yeah, that's all changed over to the mobile version. Obviously I've just realized I need to sort out that sizing issue. But yeah, it's really nice to use Safari on Vision Pro compared to using it on the Mac. It's just a wee bit more intuitive, whereas you kind of, it's nearly as if when you're doing this, I don't know, it's really hard to kind of concentrate on what you're doing with your hand in terms of being on the trackpad and then trying to type when you can't see the keys. So yeah, so for me, the Mac Virtual Display, it's cool, but I don't think I'd use it. Okay, so for one of the last reasons why I wanted to buy Vision Pro was actually because of the mindfulness feature that is built into it. And I'm quite surprised with how good it actually is at helping you switch off and chill out. And one of the reasons is because you're literally immersed in this world with no distractions around you. You don't have your phone lighting up. You don't have your laptop lighting up. You're just in this kind of little mindfulness retreat in a way. So I'm going to show you what it's like. So I'm just chilling out on my sofa here. If this doesn't record, it's probably copyright stuff again, but basically this is how the mindfulness works. So you can set up if you want 5 minute, 10 minute, 20 minute. You can do a self-guided open meditation. You can do a meditation with Jessica Sky or Christian Howard from Apple Fitness Plus. The one that I have done so far is with Jessica. We'll just do a little 5 minute one here. We'll not do the full thing, but I don't think you may be able to hear it, but the DJI mic may pick it up. But that visually on screen is so nice. So basically, it's not going through, I think, because I am screen recording, but it's basically talking about your breath and how to chill out. It's kind of similar to the Apple Watch when you're doing a little meditation with it's kind of like an orb kind of moving in and out as if you're breathing, and it's really nice and chill. Like, I think this is incredible for your mental health because it really, really lets you chill out, forget about all the stress, all of your worries, and just take 5-10 minutes yourself inside this little creative world that Apple have created with Vision Pro. And just going through this, it's really, really relaxing and really, really chill. And for this, now don't get me wrong, it's not worth buying a Vision Pro just for this, because £3,500 is a lot of money, and I'm pretty sure you could get something similar for a lot cheaper. But it's just absolutely beautiful, really chilled out. Obviously I've got this on with Yosemite in the background, and yeah, just the mindfulness is very super chill. My voice is even starting to slow down. I actually can't even hear what's happening right now. I think it's going to be for copyright, but you can see how nice and chill it is. And yeah, I think this is a great way of using your Vision Pro alongside all the other things as a standalone feature. It's obviously not worth buying for that. But if you do want to switch off from the distractions of life, and it's an incredible way of doing so and a great way of looking after your mental health. I'm nearly going to fall asleep just watching that, but I'm going to switch it off for now, and I'm going to just press done on this. And if I go back out of here, and obviously when you don't quit out of an app, it stays open in the background. So when I obviously click up here, you can see it's in the background there. But I'm just going to X out of this altogether, and then we're back here at the home screen. So I'm going to go up to the office now and give you my final thoughts on Apple Vision Pro. So yeah, my thoughts on Vision Pro are, they're a bit mixed. I think the technology is absolutely amazing in it, but it comes with its flaws. So the flaws being, it's not very comfortable after a while. I don't know if you can still see. Obviously, I'm after taking it off there, so it's very red around here. Kind of leaves it's like a clamping feeling on your head, and if you've been wearing it for, say, the 2 hours that the battery life says that it'll get, you'll notice that it's probably even redder. Now don't get me wrong, it goes away after a while, but it can feel a little bit uneasy at times. So comfort wise, not great at all. Technology wise, unbelievable. Like the eye tracking, the fact you just squeeze your two fingers together to select things. Like I can't recall a time where I've been as blown away by technology in a long time. And Apple, when they do things, they put their heart and soul into it, and they make their products 99% of the time unbelievable. And with Vision Pro, this is one of those products that is just unbelievable. Do I think it's worth £3,499 for the base model? Absolutely not. I think if they had it come in at say like £1,800, £2,000, it would have been more of a no-brainer for people. But the fact that it is so expensive, I think I prefer just to get a nice big iPad, a good Mac, and do my work that way. I just don't think virtual reality is really for me. I know it's the future, and I can see how it's going to change the game for a lot of businesses and a lot of people. But for me, yeah, I'm not really sold on buying it. And my fear was that, so when I bought it, I've always intended in returning it before the 2 week period with Apple was up. The main reason I want to get it was to do a little review and see how it is. My fear is that after the 2 weeks, I was going to be like, oh my God, I really want to keep this and buy it. But I think after the first maybe few days, I was like, no, this is not worth £3,500. It is incredible, but it just has its drawbacks. So for viewing content and the immersive side of things, it's 10 out of 10. Like, that is unbelievable, but it's just let down by the likes of the comfort and that pressure that you get on your head and on the top of your head. It's not really nice at all. In terms of using the Mac Virtual Display, as you seen, I was doing a little bit of work on it there. Straight away, I was like, I just want to see my Mac. So I have the studio display. Straight away, I was like, I prefer this straight off the bat. So I can definitely see, I have watched videos where people are showing off how their productivity is in it, and it's really cool to see. But it's not for me really. the third thing the reason I said that I wanted to try it out and buy it was for the mindfulness, and it is really incredible. It's definitely worth trying out if you are into that kind of meditation side of things and looking after your mental health. I can see why people will absolutely love it. Is it worth buying it just for that alone? Probably not. So yeah, I'm kind of happily going to return it and not have any regrets, or not have any FOMO. Um, if you were to buy it just for, I know a lot of people are going to buy it just for viewing content, like it is unbelievable, but I think I'd rather spend the money on probably a really nice TV and setup, and then if you did want to have maybe 3D or whatever, buy a 3D TV. I don't even really know if they're 3D TVs these days. I know that when I bought a Samsung TV before, a curved one, it came with 3D glasses, and I never used it, to be honest. But there are other alternative headsets out there, like the MetaQuest 3, which is like £500, I believe. But I'm definitely going to give props to Apple for the engineering in it, the technology, the quality. Like it is mind blowing, and when you do try it for the first time, you're like, oh my god, I want this, I need this. But after a few days, the dust settles, and you really, I think, unless you have money to throw around and you want to have that cool technology and kind of show it off, definitely buy it. But for people that are potentially kind of just people who love technology, really, you'd probably be better investing that money in a cheaper virtual headset for now. I think as the years do go on, Apple will make it smaller and smaller, which will be really good because it is quite top heavy on this part, and on the back of your head as well. So yeah, I'm gonna have no regrets in returning it back. As I said at the start of the video, the plan was always to buy it and use that 2 week return period with Apple, and get the kind of full use out of it. 100% recommend going in and trying it out at an Apple store. But unless you are really into virtual reality, if you're going to be making money out of the Vision Pro, yeah, it's probably not worth buying, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people are saying that I'd love to be able to like lie in bed and watch it. And don't get me wrong, it's nice, but after a while, it does kind of it just starts to hurt, and you need to move it, and your eyes and the clamping on it. Yeah, it's not worth it. What I would do is probably buy an iPad and buy one of those. If you ever see them, it's like a stand thing that you can attach to the top of your bed, and it kind of comes out over it, so you can just kind of lie there in bed, press play, and it's kind of, that's your on roof projector nearly, but it's an iPad. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Vision Pro. This is a pretty long video, so thank you if you have made it to the end. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.